Happy Friday to you. How was your week? You made it through another week, almost made it through July because August is unfortunately right around the corner, isn't it? So I want to talk to you about a couple of things today, just a really brief little video, just to remind you a couple of things. So this is really important. I want you to listen to what I'm going to say. Most of the stuff that goes on in our mind, all the thoughts that we have about ourselves, all the derogatory beliefs that we have about ourselves that we think about every single day, and we have 60,000 thoughts a day, most of them are negative, come from when we were children. Most of them were made by somebody of authority, maybe a parent figure, maybe a teacher, maybe somebody at school, maybe the bully, maybe all of them. Many of us have really bad stories that we could tell and share with others about what happened to us when we were kids, and we keep that inside. And we are taught, our brains hang on to those thoughts and we believe them to be true. So we carry around this weight on our shoulders for the rest of our lives, believing all the things that these people told us when we were children. So as an example, I'll give you my story, but I won't dwell on it because that's the purpose of this, is that I want you to change your story. So I'm just going to briefly tell you an example and then we're going to move on. When I was growing up, I was told that I was fat. I wasn't good enough. I didn't really have to work hard. Going to school and being a woman who was smart, that used her brain, wasn't thought of as important. What was important was how you looked. That's what I was taught. I know that sounds crazy, but that's where my parents put the importance of being a girl on. It was, if you're skinny, if you look pretty, if you act nice, then you will be successful, you will get married, you will have a great life, you will have a great job, life is going to be amazing, you're going to have lots of friends, like just this fairy tale story that everything is going to be perfect. Now, the truth of the matter is that none of that is true. Where are you without an education? Where am I if I didn't change my thoughts about that? Honestly. But why do you think that I suffered for so long with poor body image and no self-confidence and no self-esteem? And why do I constantly look in the mirror and criticize myself or criticize other people that I see? I did that for so long. It's because that's how I was brought up. I had to change that. So I changed my story. And by changing my story, I went to school. I started learning more. I realized that having an education was really important, and being a smart, knowledgeable, confident female was much more important and was going to get me a lot further in life than being someone who was skinny, miserable, and kept up with her looks. So that's one of my stories. But I don't live that story anymore. I changed it, as I told you. So I want you to remember to change your story. All the stories that you're carrying around in your brain, in that little weedy teeny part of your brain, that lizard part of your brain, that fight or flight or freeze part of your brain in the back that likes to hang on to all that stuff. Use your prefrontal cortex, the part up here, the bigger part, the part that we can plan and we can think and we can make goals. Use that part of your brain to get rid of the thoughts that are going on in that lazy lizard part of your brain. And change your story, because what they said to you is not true. It's your thoughts that are causing a feeling. Those feelings you have then cause an action, and then that gives you a result. All my coaching methods are based on this very cognitive, proven method called the model. And that's what we do. We go back to your thoughts. And believe it or not, most of them start when we were kids. So before you start making excuses, before you keep looking at yourself in the mirror and say derogatory things about yourself, whether you tell yourself you're ugly, that you're fat, that you're no good, you're not smart enough, you don't have a boyfriend, you're a loser, you're 50 with no boyfriend. So what? I'm 55. I don't have a boyfriend. But I'm quite happy with that, and that's my choice. So you're not a loser if you don't have someone in your life. Enjoy it. Anyway, so food for thought for this Friday. Food for thought for Friday. That's a good one. I want you to change your stories that you've been telling yourself. Start giving yourself something neutral to say, something that your brain will believe. So you don't need to go from I'm ugly, fat, I'm no good, and I'm never worth anything and nobody will ever love me. But at least look in the mirror and say, you know, I'm doing the best I can. I'm learning. I'm getting better every day. I'm going to keep practicing this. I look good for me. Things like that. Start neutral so we can raise your baseline up and then start adding more positive thoughts. But if you start neutral and it feels good inside you, then keep doing it. Then you know you're on the right track. Our feelings are like a barometer, right? They really tell us what's going on. So we have these thoughts. If it's a bad thought, we get a bad feeling inside. We feel bad about ourselves. So switch that. Switch it to a better thought so you can actually take a breath and feel better about yourself and start to feel good. Socialization, the patriarchal system, all that is so derogatory for us, and it's time we end it. And that's what I'm trying to do. Teach you something every Friday. If you want more information on what I do, you know I love helping women. That is my mission now. So send me an email, send me a message. Love to hear from you if you have any questions or comments. I'm always around. So have yourself a great weekend. Be good to yourself. Remember to try and think more neutral thoughts, and you'll start to feel a lot better. Okay, have a great Friday. Have a great Saturday. Bye.